This video is for the debate Greed is Good for the Business and Society class. Greed pertains to more than just monetary value. It is the greed of life, the greed of self-worth, and the greed of knowledge that fuels mankind and society today. The greed of money, though always held in a negative light, is the driving force of capitalism. Competition, self-worth, and economic and technological advances would suffer without greed. Whether it is having lots of money, helping the most people, creating new inventions, or creating new markets, greed is what drives today's economy. Such a thing can be seen during the last few centuries. Greed is what drove society towards globalization. Globalization brought with it an expansion of trade, values, and cultures. Bragging rights of having properties or products from faraway countries became popular. Greediness for being well-traveled and innovative created today's multinational cultures. For example, Britain's greed boosted Australia and India's trade and economy. Another example is greed for the exotic. European countries created the Silk Road due to their greed for exotic spices, silk, and other textile goods. Textiles, medicines, and knowledge was easily shared throughout the Silk Road. The route that connected Europe to China offered economic growth and development to the territories in the area. Eastern and Western countries were able to share knowledge and technological advances that offered many a livelihood. Greed also births healthy competition in the markets. With several corporations offering products and services similar to one another, consumers are given choices. Consumer power gives corporations the flexibility to offer products and services in several different markets. These markets then are able to compete both internationally and domestically, offering even more consumers more empowerment. Greed through knowledge gives corporations, employees, and everyday people the motivation to better themselves. Without the greed of knowledge, technology would not be constantly advancing at the rate it is today. The question why could never be answered unless humanity was greedy enough to find the answers. In today's society, greed is also something that isn't always obvious. By supporting technology that makes our lives better, we are greedy in that we want easier lives. Cars, cell phones, and the internet are all examples of tools that show just how greedy humans can be. It was the original greed to create a better and easier lifestyle that created these products. We can now travel wherever we want. We can contact whomever we want, whenever we want. We are all connected and communicate with each other whenever. This greed for an easier lifestyle aids multinational and multicultural corporations. For example, learning different cultural cues on the internet helps a New York attorney not offend a client in Japan. Though many believe that decisions based on greed are bad for society, greed is also the perfect motivation for society to better itself as a whole. It is greed that created today's globalized society and economy through wanting to better ourselves. Such greed can not only help today's society, but it can also create medical, technological, economic advances that even we are not aware of today. Without greed, we wouldn't probably even still be at maybe 200 years behind of where we are today due to the lack of thirst of knowledge.